Well, now, since last year's All-Ireland final, things have certainly not been going very well for the footballers of Cork. And a bad run in the league left us wondering if they could retain their Munster title. Well, then, when they had difficulty in beating Limerick in the semi-final, the doubts grew even larger. And people began to wonder if Kerry's young new team could topple the champions. Well, it had all the makings of a tight, competitive game today, and it certainly did not disappoint. Your commentator at Páirc Uí Chaoimh is Ger Canning.
There's a dramatic Munster final recall for 35-year-old Dennis Allen, omitted for the past 3 years, but back in favour once again. And also back for the first time in 2 years was Irish Olympic soccer star Dave Barry. The full side shows 5 changes from last September's All-Ireland 15. Stephen O'Brien replaces the injured Coleman Corrigan. He plays at right half-back with Niall Cahalane given a pivotal role. The attack has undergone wholesale alteration. Apart from the return of old favourites Barry and Allen, there's Paul McGrath at right wing forward and Michael McCarthy now playing top of the left. On the Kerry side, there are 4 newcomers to Munster Championship pair. Morgan Nix, an under-21 star, gets the left cornerback position, while into the attack come Connie Murphy on the 40, Maurice Fitzgerald to his left, and Gerard Murphy at corner forward. Only 9 members of the team faced Cork in last year's replayed final in Killarney. Captain this year is Pat Spillane, who today faces one of the biggest challenges in his career. He leads the attack in place of Owen Liston, playing on Niall Cahalane, against whom he hasn't scored for the last 2 years. And just consider the intimidating strength of the Kerry substitutes list. Between them, Paulie O'Shea, Owen Liston, Ogie Moran and Ger Power hold 31 All-Ireland medals. Same as last year with the match official, Pat Lane of Limerick is in charge. And champions Cork play from left to right in this 99th Munster football final, and we have a Cork free straight away. Greasy afternoon following a good deal of rain in Cork today, and the breeze just whipping up a little bit in the last few minutes. Kerry's left half back towards Dermot Hanifin, and that was a foul by Shea Fahy. And it's Maurice Fitzgerald who's going to take the free, taking over the role Mikey Sheehy did for so many years. Towards Pat Spillane, breaks out towards Gerard Murphy. Michael McAuliffe holding, finding Jack O'Shea. Cork converging on him. Pat Spillane will hope to take Niall Cahalane on a tour of Páirc Uí Chaoimh this afternoon. Oops. No question about the foul. And a free in. The referee having a word with Tony Davis. And once again, Maurice Fitzgerald dropping it too near the near post, and so it's still scoreless. Way over the midfielders, Conor Coonahan and Larry Tompkins. Coonahan took a tackle and a foul, free to Cork. Tony Nation, a match which has produced 6 frees so far. Good catch over there. John O'Driscoll, has he got the range? He's got the first score. John O'Driscoll, who's looked very sharp in training for the last 2 weeks, opening Cork's account. Dennis Allen getting to the ball first ahead of Morgan Nix. The fist ahead towards Dave Barry. The referee allows an advantage. Dennis Allen had been fouled. That's half blocked down. Good covering at the back. Ger Lynch, not a good clearance, giving it to Tompkins, the danger man. And here's Michael McCarthy. And another good Cork attack yields a second score to the newcomer Michael McCarthy, the Skibbereen youngster. So a high-spirited opening by Cork as the rain comes teeming down. Tony Nation playing it backwards. Here's Pat Spillane, who hasn't scored in the Munster final in the last 2 seasons. Trying to round Tony Davis, fouled, and Pat Lane awards a free into Kerry. And Kerry's opening score has come with 5 minutes gone. Low ball from Kearns. Stephen O'Brien, who's moved across to that far side to follow Maurice Fitzgerald, backed up by Dennis Welch. John O'Driscoll kept it in play, and a Kerry line ball. Tommy Doyle, sideline ball, picked out here by Dermot Hannafin, who has the capacity, I feel, to do well in midfield. Ambrose O'Donovan had gone back, and he's fouled by Larry Tompkins. Kerry's captain in centenary year, who really has a giant-sized task to subdue Tompkins. Maurice Fitzgerald can put the sides level with this kick, which is 43 metres out. It's 2 points for Cork, 2 points for Kerry, and both their scores have come from the boot of Maurice Fitzgerald. Ball skids along the ground, fisted on by Teddy McCarthy towards Paul McGrath, pushed and the free in. Shea Fahy taking it quickly towards Dennis Allen, who's getting there ahead of Morgan Nix. The two balls that have come his way so far. I'm always surprised to see somebody like Mick Spillane pick up Dennis Allen eventually. Tony Nation, that's half locked down by Jack O'Shea, picked up however by Michael McCarthy, and he drills it over for his second point. That's very accurate shooting by Michael McCarthy. That was a super score, and Cork are back in front. It's worth taking another look at the direct accuracy of McCarthy. He hits, knows where the target is, and picks it out. Spillane's kick into the centre. John O'Driscoll leaving it for Michael McCarthy. Cross towards Dave Barry, but beaten for it by Tom Spillane. Here's Jack O'Shea crossing his own 65-metre line. Knocked into space towards Michael McAuliffe. Tony Nation, his marker. The support from the other Tony Davis. Teddy McCarthy. Once again, Conor Coonahan. It looks all that terribly fast, but the ball always seems to reach him nonetheless. Tommy Doyle fisting it into open space where it's reached Gerard Murphy. On towards Connie Murphy. Right around Tony Davis. Kerry 3 points to 2 down, and that's Willie Marr sticking it over the bar for the equaliser. There was lovely combined play. Connie Murphy setting it up, held it well, found Willie Marr, and he stuck it over with the left boot. As they jump for this, there are about 3 or 4 groups of players all saturating midfield. It breaks out to Paul McGrath, getting it onto the trusty right boot, and Cork are in front again. This is a really fine display from both teams. Paul McGrath the scorer, and it's 4 points to 3. Over the head of Niall Cahalane. Going back there, Stephen O'Brien. Taking out Teddy McCarthy. Fisting it forward to his midfield ally, Shea Fahy. They showed too much of that to Kerry's Gerard Murphy, and here's Dermot Hannafin picking out Michael McAuliffe. And the support play from Hannafin. But again, the attack breaks down. But here's Maurice Fitzgerald to keep that momentum going. And Kerry's point from play coming from Maurice Fitzgerald, his third. That's the first of the 3 to come from play. And the sides are level. Touchdown by Ambrose O'Donovan. Connie Murphy towing it forward from McAuliffe to Hannafin. Cork grouping well, however. Good support play being shown on both sides. Tony Nation, the little chip forward towards Dave Barry. Tom Spillane is his marker. Trying to link up with McCarthy, but what good reading by Jack O'Shea, and playing it wide to another wise old campaigner, Tommy Doyle. Looks as keen and as lean and eager as ever. Maurice Fitzgerald, one of the newcomers. Very tall player. Jack O'Shea. Good ball forward into space. Gerard Murphy, and the covering off by Tony Davis, but Kerry still looking threatening. Murphy on the right foot. And the referee saw a late push on Gerard Murphy, and it's going to be a free from the 13-metre line. Rain has ceased, thankfully, at Cork, and Kerry have gone into a 1-point lead. They lead by 5 points to 4, and 4 of those points coming off the boot of Maurice Fitzgerald. Fisted on by Tompkins, intended for Dave Barry, read well, however, by Mick Spillane, upended, and a free to Kerry. Well, while the pitch is very soft on top, it certainly hasn't cut up yet. Tommy Doyle in block down, finding Jack O'Shea. Towards Pat Spillane. Cahalane keeping a tight rein on Spillane, but he's free for once and he's released it inside to Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea dispatching it over the crossbar, and Kerry enjoy a 2-point lead. What great running forward by Jack O'Shea for his first score. And it was the old firm of Spillane and Shea. Getting away from Cahalane for once, Pat Spillane, seeing the good running and intelligent positioning of Jack O'Shea. And despite the challenge, he makes it 6 points to 4. Dermot Hamilton was leaping unchallenged. Well, they challenged him when he hit the deck, all right. Maurice Fitzgerald. Finding Pat Spillane. He'll be planning to take the number 3 of Cork out around the centre of the field, if possible, leaving space inside. And here's Fitzgerald, those long legs gallivanting forward towards goal. And he has struck over his 5th point. Phenomenal shooting in his very first Munster final. Gerard Murphy catching cleanly. Player made his league debut with Kerry against Monaghan and hit over 3 points in Clonus the same afternoon. Towards Connie Murphy, taking Conor Coonahan to his left. Pat Spillane taken down and a free. But look at Niall Cahalane poised just in case the referee were to change his mind or something strange were to happen. Five points to his credit so far, and you can now change that and make it 6. Kerry lead by double scores, and there are 22 minutes of the 99th Munster final gone. Teddy McCarthy taking that one from the skies. Nice catch. Now can he distribute sensibly, picking out John O'Driscoll. Once again going in a typical run forward. Looks okay. Dropped by Charlie Nelligan, and he's fortunate that there was nobody within a few yards of him to dispatch it into the back of the net. Michael McAuliffe. Cahalane running unchallenged. No effort put in that time by Pat Spillane. He's saving the legs, I think. Once again, it's John O'Driscoll across towards Michael McCarthy, who got 2 points in that early burst by Cork, down to Dennis Allen. They need another score, and they need it quickly. And they have got it from the boot of Dennis Allen. Cork have made a switch in the full forward line, where Dennis Allen is now operating at full forward, and they've given Dave Barry a roving commission. Teddy McCarthy laying it across towards Dennis Allen, who comes away from the full forward position. Forward for Dave Barry. It's a good ball if he can get inside. Morgan Nix has to change his stride, left the ball behind him, and Nix gets a toe cap to it, and it's a Cork sideline ball. It's 8 points to 6. Larry Tompkins gets on the score sheet. Lynch. Connie Murphy here. Trying to take it forward towards Maurice Fitzgerald. It reaches Tommy Doyle. Outside to Pat Spillane, who would dearly like to score. The backup support from Ambrose O'Donovan. This is a bit like the old Kerry as Tommy Doyle finds it in. High and over the bar for one of the best scores of the match. It's Kerry 9, Cork 6. Tommy Doyle, the scorer. Well, they seem to step up a notch or two there. Pat Spillane, the one who instigated all of that. And there was support from Ambrose O'Donovan, and just look at how they built it up nicely, and Tommy Doyle whacked it over the bar. So 4 minutes to go, and what's a highly competitive Munster football final. minutes to go to half-time, that is, and the tackle by Dermot Hannafin will be penalised. It is. Play continues. Here's Tompkins. Will he put it over this time? Stopped. Dave Barry has it. And it goes off Charlie Nelligan's hands over the bar. It's 9 points to 7. And with that score, it means that each and every one of the Cork forwards has now scored. Spillane, once again, number 3, Niall Cahalane. To keep him scoreless. Well, that's a foul on Cahalane, or foul on Spillane rather, presumably by Cahalane, although I cannot be sure of that after the ball was played. So a free then from a very fortunate position right in front of the posts. Maurice Fitzgerald, naturally enough, will be the taker. He's got 6 points so far. Plenty of booing for whatever happened down there. The point goes over, and it is 10 to 7. So it's 10 points to 7. A minute to go to half-time. Gerard Murphy feeding it back to the on-running Ger Lynch. And Ger Lynch takes more than 4 steps with the ball. And Pat Lane has been very insistent that that rule be implemented. Shea Fahy is the Cork free taker. Coming out to meet it was Ger Lynch. He dropped it down, Dennis Allen. And a foul on Stephen O'Brien. And it's a free to Cork, which Larry Tompkins, I'm sure, will take. And Kerry now lead by 2 points. It's 10 points to 8. And the referee calls for the ball at the end of a very entertaining first half. Some great commitment being shown by both teams. Maurice Fitzgerald with 7 of Kerry's points, giving them a decided edge, and Kerry go in leading at half-time by 10 points to 8. Century Cork has won the title back from Kerry, only to lose it again the very next year. Will that happen one more time? Teddy McCarthy has moved onto the 40. And Larry Tompkins is now playing in midfield. Tommy Doyle anxious to belt this one downfield as far as possible. Touched down by Conor Coonahan, but only to the waiting Maurice Fitzgerald, who was so impressive in that first half. Good backup play by Dermot Hannafin. Loses it, however, to Paul McGrath. Young engineering graduate from UCC. Dennis Allen. Into open space, and it's Shea Fahy. Oh, he took up a very good position, and there's the bare minimum separating these sides. What a marvellous ball that was across field. Well, Dennis Allen, such an intelligent footballer, deliberately brought back into the Cork plans by their coach, Billy Morgan, and look at the space afforded the number 9, and Fahy takes the chance. Shea Fahy jumping unchallenged, laying it forward for Dave Barry, and there's nobody near him if he wants to strike this one over for the equaliser. The St. Finbarr's clubman has got his second score. The sides are level, and there are 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Celebration time now for the Cork fans. Ambrose O'Donovan once again finding Willie Marr. Nice ball through the centre towards Gerard Murphy. Trying to get it onto the left boot. And Burns has to be smart at the near post. Very safe piece of goalkeeping. Never terribly flamboyant. Tompkins. Back goes McAuliffe. And a slide tackle, which is quite illegal. And that's a free to Cork. Tompkins. Dave Barry and taking the return himself. This ball in. Oh, taken by Charlie Nelligan from Teddy McCarthy at point-blank range. He must have seen it awfully late, and he wins a free out for his troubles. That was a very good save. Nothing terribly flashy about it, but his reactions had to be razor keen as the ball was taken by Dave Barry to link up with Tompkins. It was an interesting ball across. Watch for Teddy McCarthy going in, and Charlie saw it late, and there was another forward going in as well. Tony Davis charges it to a tee. Tommy Doyle likewise taking the greasy sliding ball. Pat Spillane has come out to the centre. The layoff here towards Willie Marr. To Jack O'Shea. McAuliffe fumbling. Kicking and scoring. Michael McAuliffe's first point in the match has restored Kerry's half-time lead. It's 11 points to 10. Well, the pre-match speculation was that there was hardly a kick of a ball between them, and that's how it's turned out, as Jerry Lynch leaves this particular kick of the ball to Mick Spillane. Lynch has changed his mind, he's going to take it himself. Maurice Fitzgerald beaten for it by Stephen O'Brien. He loses it and he's left it behind to Connie Murphy, ranging down in goal. Closed down by Conor Coonahan, but still gets in the kick, and then the point scores. I thought I heard a whistle, but the referee says the point does score. And so Kerry enjoy a 2-point advantage. Here's Larry Tompkins, who's been something of a disappointment so far, making the same impression that he made last year in his first Munster football final. But there's plenty of time remaining, 12 minutes out in the second half. Freddie McCarthy held the ball up there to Michael McCarthy here. Inside towards Colin O'Neill, his first chance to impress. If he can lay it in for Dennis Allen. Oh, it's a great goal! 12 minutes into the second half. The crowd has come to life. The opening goal was set up by Teddy McCarthy, picking out Michael McCarthy, here his namesake. Colin O'Neill couldn't quite hold it, but he did just enough. And watch for the run of Dennis Allen, left for right. And Charlie Nelligan was diving in midair, but it reached the top corner. It's a brilliant goal. Kerry having themselves a free in, as Cork have gone into that 1-point lead. John Kearns wants everybody back to guard the house. Maurice Fitzgerald then has this free, and he puts it over the bar, yes. A low enough trajectory on the shot, and the sides are level one more time. 13 points apiece, or 110 to 13 points for Kerry. Fitzgerald's shot taken down by Conor Coonahan. So what a beautifully balanced game of football this is. That's a slack pass out of defence, but good recovery by Niall Cahalane. Good shoulder as well. Michael McCarthy. Paul McGrath rather. Now it's Colin O'Neill. Into open space one more time. Shea Fahy took up a good spot. This is Tompkins, and Cork are in a 1-point lead. That's Tompkins' third score. 14 minutes now into the second half, and Cork go back in front again. This is really an excellent game of football. Colin O'Neill laying it up beautifully with the left boot into Shea Fahy. It's rather slack marking. Kerry taking a little bit too long to get in the challenges. Player of great attacking instincts, Tom Spillane. It's a pity that he has to play back at full back. Here's Jerry Lynch, who took a heavy one, side of the face. Oh, and he then retaliated on Larry Tompkins, and that's going to be surely penalised. The referee with the notebook out. He was fouled initially, and then he went back to try to settle the score. There he was on a fine run, took a very high one to the side of the face by Larry Tompkins, and there he goes to complete that little bit of business. John Kearns, sun now into the eyes of the Cork defenders for this half. Colin O'Neill can't take it. Here's Jack O'Shea. We're into the final quarter of the Munster final. Dennis Walsh winning that race with Gerard Murphy. And a Kerry sideline ball. Although poor distribution. Stephen O'Brien here. Longest player in the Cork team. Here's Shea Fahy. Towards Dennis Allen, the scorer of that marvellous goal. Jerry Lynch extricating himself from some trouble with good support by Dermot Hannafin. Maurice Fitzgerald very sensibly playing it short out of defence, and there's great running and great industry being shown by the likes of Pat Spillane, but really indicated far too much of that intention. Oh, a rather wild kick by Tony Nation to Michael McCullough. Dangerous play, and no question about the free in. And meanwhile, Stephen O'Brien is lying down injured, and he will require the attention of the coach, Billy Morgan. This is the incident again. The build-up with Pat Spillane involved, and where he goes, so too Niall Cahalane. Watch Stephen O'Brien, down he went, and then that very high challenge on the loose ball. Maurice Fitzgerald's kick, and he has sliced the kick. The jeers of the Cork supporters around Corky Cleave. So Stephen O'Brien picking out Teddy McCarthy. Pursued by Ambrose O'Donovan, teasing and taunting, taking it back to more or less where he started from, and he wins the free. Just 11.5 minutes remaining in the Munster final. Cork still leading by 14 points to 13 in points, thanks to that great goal by Dennis Allen. Kerry now putting themselves under pressure by slack clearances like that one. Tompkins short to his fellow Kildare man, Shea Fahy, then taking the return onto the right boot, and it curls in delightfully, and Cork are in a 2-point advantage. Michael McAuliffe knocks it on to Jack O'Shea. Good running here again by Pat Spillane. Selfishly giving everything he has, targeting it inside towards Gerard Murphy, met it well, but couldn't quite get enough power behind the effort. It's Tony Davis here. Barry Coffey's first touch. The Bishopstown player. White puts it to another second-half substitute, Colm O'Neill. Pursued over there by Mick Spillane. Laying it inside towards Paul McGrath. There's a foul on Paul McGrath. The umpire was given a 60 or a 45, but the referee saw the push, and it's going to be a free from the 13-metre line. Colm O'Neill's going to be the free taker because he takes them with the left boot, and he may well be able to angle this one over. Looks to be on its way, and Cork lead by 1 goal and 13 points. To Kerry's 13 points. 9 minutes remaining. Colm O'Neill's first score, and there's another huge cheer because it's desperation stages now for the Kerry men. And here he comes, Owen Liston, who played in his first final in 1978. The knee very heavily strapped. Missed an entire season because of a shoulder injury, and then when he was coming back, damaged the knee rather. Paddy Murphy comes off, and so can Power and Liston bring Kerry back into it. Time is on their side if they're good enough. Maurice Fitzgerald, that looks good. 2 points between them. Player down injured. That's 9 points now for Maurice Fitzgerald. It's getting just a little heated down there. Player down injured seems to be Conor Coonahan. So just 2 points separating the side, and this fellow's had a great afternoon. Maurice Fitzgerald, he's kicked 9 points. In a highly spirited Munster football final, the referee going down for a quick consultation with the umpires one more time, and Owen Liston is in a bout of fisticuffs with the man on the right there, Dennis Walsh. It's being calmed down again. Referee wags the finger at Jared Murphy. Coonahan, the player who was injured, back on the feet. The referee's speaking to him. But those were the two who were having the little bout of fisticuffs a moment or two ago. And Billy Morgan's on the field. Other referees, I think, would be a little bit stricter with coaches coming in. So the position, Kerry 14 points, Cork 1 goal and 13 or 16 points. A push by Ambrose O'Donovan, with 7 minutes of the final to go. Targeting this one across towards Barry Coffey. It's Cahalane who's up in the attack. Oh, he'd like to score. Colm O'Neill under the dropping ball, punched out, however, by Tom Spillane to his brother Pat. Grounded by Dennis Allen. Spillane, and here is Tom Spillane doing what he likes to do best, going forward to join the attack. Jared Murphy, and that's taken out there by Larry Tompkins. What a great second half he's playing, pursued over there by Jack O'Shea, holding it confidently, having the skill and the pace to carry it deep into Kerry territory. Remember, there are 2 points between the sides. Tompkins, this is the chance, puts it well outside the target, but the clock ticks on and there are just 5 minutes to go. Here's Jerk Power, let it bounce out of his grasp, however. And the younger looking Cork side now, looking the fitter team. Paul McGrath to Dennis Allen, 35 years of age. Finding Michael McCarthy, who highly challenged by Dermot Hannafin, and there's no question about the free-in. And that has to be considered a very costly mistake by the Kerry defence. And
substitution for Kerry, number 21.
It's Joe Shannon who's coming in.
Number 9, Dermot Hannafin.
So Hannafin, who made that error just a second ago, knows it looks like being a very, very tricky finish for Kerry. There to spring the trapdoor. Tompkins makes them pay for it with his 5th point, and as you were just a moment ago, a point between the teams. Wonderfully competitive game. Maurice Fitzgerald again. What a goal would do for them here at this time. They trail by 3 points. Pat Spillane. And that's the first score he's got in 3 Munster finals. So, just 2 between them. Held by Morgan Nix of Kerry. Tony Nation under it, lets it fall down. Michael McCall of Kerry needing a goal to stay in it. Jack O'Shea. Pulled, wrestled to the ground, and the book is out once again. This time, the name of Conor Coonahan, I think, will be joining the others. Tompkins there, and Jack O'Shea, and I think Tompkins just trying to restrain Jack O'Shea, who didn't appreciate the unsporting nature of that challenge. And it's still continuing, and that is really very ugly. And that surely now should be a sending off for Jack O'Shea. I'm afraid he's just lost his cool in the heat of the situation. Well, there's no excuse for that. It's been spilling over somewhat, and Pat Lane, I don't think, has seen it. Watching some other incidents like this one here. Ah, what an awful way to finish what was a very good game. And it's a complete brawl at this stage. Well, they talk about when the Australians and the Irish get together. But what about this? Heavyweight bouts, phantom battles, middleweight battles, all kind of boxing going on down there. Well, it's a real dust-up. And it's come 2 minutes into injury time. And a disgraceful way, absolutely disgraceful way to finish a Munster final. Well, how is the referee going to restart this one? It was to have been a free-in for Jack O'Shea, who was taken to the ground earlier on. Deep intake of breath by Pat Lane. A word to Pat Spillane, who I'm sure wants a few more minutes added on for all the stoppages. Tom Spillane questioning just what's happening. It's what we'd like to know too. It's going to be a free to Kerry. They trail, remember, by 2 points. Cork 1-14, Kerry 15 points. so they've got to go for a goal and hope that they can win it by 1. Maurice Fitzgerald's the taker. The little chip high and over the bar, and it's a 1-point game. Well, we've had such changing fortunes in this match. Great football, exciting skills, punch-ups as well. It's a bit like the weather. We've had showers and sunshine, and it's all over. Cork remain the Munster champions. Niall Cahalan and Larry Tompkins dance a jig of joy. Just the 7th time Cork have managed to retain the Munster crown. It's the county's 26th Munster victory. Another important milestone as well in the career of Billy Morgan, their coach, and clearly a setback for Mick O'Dwyer's young Kerry team, mixing with the experienced lads. It ends at Porky Queeve. Cork, 1 goal and 14 points. Kerry, 16 points. Tony, it was a marvellous game of football, very, very compelling football and some terrific entertainment. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I definitely enjoyed it when we got the goal. From then on, I think it was very enjoyable. First half we were under a bit of pressure, we made a few mistakes and they capitalised on them. I think definitely the last quarter now I think we were on top. It looked like we were going to win all the way.
The ball was very slippery early on as well.
Very slippery. We were watching the minor game, it was slipping all over the place. So I think we were more prepared than the minors. So. But it definitely caused a lot of mistakes. Definitely.
You mentioned the goal. It came from a clubmate of yours, Dennis Allen.
Yeah. Well, it always takes the need to get a goal, isn't it? For his head, leg or hand, then you will always get it.
It was a vital time as well, because I think it gave you a little edge at that stage.
Yeah, I think it put us, we were 2 points behind, and it put us a point ahead. And then I think we actually went 3 points up, so it definitely brought us into the game and put us on top and kept us on top. It was the difference in the end.
That switch to midfield, which you had in the start of the second half, that certainly made a big difference.
Yes, well, I'd say the switch made a difference to myself and Teddy. You know, Teddy played very well when he went in centre forward, and vice versa. When I went out midfield, I got a bit more room and I was able to carry the ball a bit, you know, which I like doing, you know. And it worked out for us, and then the neat goal, of course, was a great boost to us. It gave us great confidence, you know.
Generally speaking, it was a very good Cork forward performance. Every one of the forwards scored, I think.
That's right. Well, as before, like last year, we came in for a lot of criticism. And this year, like, we have players like capable of putting the ball over or under, and it's great. Like when you're not dependent on 1 or 2, it's when you spread it around a bit, you know.
Were you surprised by the bout of fisticuffs there towards the finish? Just a little bit of tension spilling over, I think.
Yeah, I suppose. At that stage, Kerry, I'd say, saw it slipping away, and they were going for a goal, and they were getting frustrated, and we were probably getting frustrated too, waiting for the final whistle. So something was bound to happen, I suppose. Other than that, it was a good old game.
Well, it certainly was that. So then Cork retained their Munster title into the All-Ireland semi-finals again. Who knows what's going to happen after that? Let me turn now to our football panellist and analyst, Enda Culleran. Enda, despite the conditions, it was a really good game of football.
Yes, I thought, with the exception of the last minute or two, there was a very enjoyable and a great Munster final with 2 very even teams, I thought. And Kerry took over at midfield early on, and they looked the better team in the first half. Their young players and their not-so-young players, I thought, combined very well. Then Cork moved Larry Tompkins to midfield in the second half, and Shea Fahy and himself took over at midfield. And Cork never panicked. The forwards kept cool heads, and they took their scores, and they deserved to win in the end.
I thought in the early stages of the match that Cork, particularly the backs, took the wrong tactics. Given the conditions that were there, the ball was wet and slippy. Yes, the ball was very slippery, and Cork tried to play the ball out of defence, close passing rather than long-range kicks. And that turned against them, I think, on occasions. Here we see a long ball into their defence. They get possession all right, and once again they try the tactic of the short passing in these very difficult conditions. Goes so well for a while, but with so many passes, one of them is bound to go astray, and Kerry gain possession. And then we see a nice Kerry movement come back with that ends up with a Kerry score from their best player, Maurice Fitzgerald. Cork used those tactics early on, but I think fair play to them and to their coach, Billy Morgan, that they did change. They saw that those weren't the correct tactics, and in the second half they changed those.
One thing that impressed me about Cork today was that in the past, when they've gone a couple of points down to Kerry, Kerry's cuteness and experience has managed to keep them ahead and pull away from Cork. But today, Cork came back at them at the start of the second half. They didn't panic, picked off some very good scores.
They did, and they displayed great cuteness in the sense that they held on to the ball until they found a loose man or somebody to pass the ball to. A great example of it here, where the ball is played to Denny Allen, and he tips the ball on his toe until he spots Shea Fahy, and then a magnificent long ball right across the field right into Shea's path, and Shea scores a great point. Really, that would split any defence open with a long, accurate passing like that. Another example here, fine catch by Shea Fahy, and you have the full forward running onto it, Dave Barry. And once again, another point. That's the way they opened up second half, and really they killed Kerry with those early points in the second half.
Yeah, there were excellent scores that set up Cork's victory, I thought. Now, and despite all those positive points that you've taken out there were two other incidents in the match today that deserve comment as well. A comment about the handling of the game, perhaps.
Yes, I thought the referee, Pat Lane, didn't have one of his great days. I thought that his handling of the game wasn't strict enough, that he seemed to be more interested in keeping play flowing rather than issuing stern warnings to players. And here we can see the nastiest incident of all. Jack O'Shea here, and he's viciously tackled by Conor Coonahan, and certainly this is a personal foul with a capital P if we look closely at it. And Jack is thrown to the ground at this stage. He's obviously injured and very annoyed. And if we keep watching Jack here, we realise that when the referee doesn't take strict measures, that Jacko himself is forced to take the law into his own hands. He's held off there by Larry Tompkins, but as he walks back to his position, we can see this developing. Now, in a situation like that, the referee did not keep... here we have it now.
Yes, and all this had been building up from earlier on,
Yes.
and when names perhaps should have been taken, frees were given, when people maybe should have been sent off, names were only taken.
Yes, I think so, because the players realised that possibly nobody would be sent off. People were cautioned, all right, and for that, at that stage they were ready to go into a free-for-all.
Yes, it was a nasty way to end the game, perhaps. Well, now from that dust-up there, and you wouldn't necessarily give any Man of the Match awards to some of those players. Who did you pick?
Not from that. The man I picked was the young Kerry star, Maurice Fitzgerald, who contributed 10 points to Kerry's total, and also we saw some brilliant play from this young man who was playing in his first Munster final. Well,
I'm sure that we'll be seeing Maurice Fitzgerald many more times in Munster finals in the years to come.
Yes,
He might be one of the new Kerry breed.
Yeah,
Enda, we'll be talking to you a little bit later on, but coming up in part 3 of the programme, we have that Leinster Senior Football semi-final.